Have you ever thought about what it would be like to go viral overnight or just be famous? Because I sure have. However, it wasn't exactly how I expected it to go. All it took was one video and one short for me to have a feeling of what it would be like to go viral. Let me tell you about it. But before I do any of that, allow me to tell you guys a little bit more about the drawing I will be working on in this video. Originally, I was going to have this drawing be a sort of self-study until I decided to turn it into an entry for an art challenge. An art challenge where you could draw a character or your own OC on the opposite side, meaning if your OC is a good person, you'd have to draw them how they would be as a villain. And that is exactly what I did with my OCRA. I drew her as how she would be if she was a villain. I drew her in her mafia boss attire because hey, why not? So you guys better stick to the end of the video to see how the final results turned out. To begin with, I made a small doodle of my OC to show the viewers a bit more of how she would look like in her good side or how she normally is. I didn't go for anything fancy because I really wanted to show everybody the final piece as something grand and highly detailed, which is why for the colored doodle, I mainly went in with rough strokes and textured brushes. I had a lot of fun working on the doodle as well because I've been into creating colored sketches for a while now. Not to mention, I also really like how her facial expression turned out, mostly because I was mimicking her while I was drawing her face. It was so funny. I did also pause in between quite a lot because I was looking for the perfect reference to draw my OC in regards to the mafia boss attire, by the way. Oh, also, fun fact, my art managed to get featured into the stream that was held by the person who originally held the art challenge. Definitely a win-win for me. Now, on to the actual topic of the video before I forget everything I'm going to say. On to the reasons as to why I would absolutely hate going viral. Number 1, the pressure to perform. Let's say that you finally uploaded a video or short and guess what? It actually took off. It got over, let's say, 10,000 views or 20,000 views. Keeping this figure in mind, you feel absolutely joyous. You feel like you're over the moon on seeing such a huge number. But when time goes on, you suddenly feel the need to perform way better than this video. And just by thinking about it, you start to feel anxious whether or not your new video will be able to compete with the previous one or not. You start thinking about all sorts of things, maybe a new editing style or replicating the previous video using your own spin, which connects me to the next point, that is analytics. Let's say you upload another video right after the one that had went viral. And in a case like this, there is usually a rare chance that it's going to perform as well as the previous video. However, in most cases, the video usually ends up not doing so good. And because of this somewhat poorer performance, your analytics get affected severely. And when you happen to take a look at those analytics to see how well your video did, you suddenly start to feel as though this moment of fame isn't worth it anymore. So along with the pressure and the analytics, you start to feel anxious again. You're like, oh my goodness, where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? And start to research on the internet as to how you can get your analytics to do good again. And through this mission, you eventually find yourself in burnout. When you find yourself in burnout, there are usually 2 cases in this one. Number 1, you either take a small break and give yourself some time before you can bounce back and create new videos. Another case is that you fully take a step back and end up not uploading for months. And with this burnout, there are certain scenarios that further take place, such as you ending up comparing yourself to other creators on YouTube or any any other social media platform in general. This has happened to me when I uploaded my video about showing you guys my old art. That video had gotten 1.3k views, and right after when I uploaded a second part, it was only able to get around 86 views. That hurt my analytics a lot, and from then on, I was like, nah, I can't handle this. Alongside that, I also can't handle trolls. To be completely honest with you guys, I am super thankful about the fact that I have not come across any hate or any sort of trolling so far. But from what I have seen on the internet, sometimes these internet trolls or haters take it way too far. And I'm not saying that smaller creators are the only ones who get trolled on, but even creators who are well known in the community. It's how that one saying goes that the better known you are, the more haters you are going to have. And this point kind of makes me feel a little bit nervous, because if I were to start performing well, I wouldn't exactly be able to handle any negativity coming from another person online, but I won't be as afraid to clap back if needed. But on the bright side, you also have attention from your loving community. It's an entirely new feeling when you have so many people suddenly realizing what an amazing and underrated creator you are. Even if those people aren't in a huge number, I've had random viewers comment under my videos about how underrated I am and how much they loved the video that they had commented under. It made me feel really good about myself, but having 1,000 people or just so many people in general liking what you do, now that would be absolutely insane. But again, this is me, but I'd very much prefer to have a close-knitted community of people who would just watch and enjoy what I do, because with larger crowds, I'm not exactly that experienced yet, but I would definitely love to experience that feeling, you know? Because it may not be entirely that bad. Phew, a whole lot of yapping later, I actually finished this drawing of mine under a day because the deadline of the art challenge was in a few hours, so I really had to speed things up. I had used this one custom painting brush I found on Pinterest. This brush also blended colors really well, so I was really happy because it gave me the look I was going for. I also love how the shading on the clothes turned out with the background light and the shades of blue and everything. So yeah, I'm happy with the progress overall and hope to develop this art style more. Here is the finished piece of my OCRA if she were a villain, and don't forget to comment down which of the points you guys relate to with the most. And most of all, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one.